Hello, everybody, and welcome to the June 19th, 2018 edition of the Ephrom Josine Show. I am your host, Ephrom Josine. Now, first off, I'd like to tell you a story that comes to us from the UK. If you do not know, YouTuber Sargon of Akkad, who is not right wing at all, by the way, but just so happens to spend literally all of his time going after left wing YouTubers and outlets recently attempted to join the far right group UKIP in the UK. But remember, again, he is not a conservative. Okay, he is not. Don't get confused. So Dusty Smith, who runs the Cult of Dusty YouTube channel and Twitter, did some digging and found this is UKIP's official statement in response. Many thanks for getting in touch. It's very simple. Carl Benjamin, that's Sargon of Akkad. Yeah, he calls himself Sargon, so he can sort of be viewed as this historical leader and not just some random YouTuber. Is not a member, or is not a UKIP member, and if he's calling people and then it shows an end and then bleeped, if you don't know, that's an incident where Sargon said a bunch of racial slurs on a live stream once. Then, had he been a member, he would be instantly thrown out of the party. And mind you, UKIP, one of their first controversies was calling London Mayor Sadiq Khan not British enough because he was a Muslim. We do not condone or accept such deeply offensive language. Again, he's too racist for UKIP. That is just amazing to me. And if you can provide more information as to why you think he's a member, we would be grateful. It's because he went out and said he was a member. He said he was going to join UKIP and infiltrate it and do like this coup where you could be pro-Brexit and also pro-left-wing, all that stuff. Which really struck me. I think Dusty actually had this great reply to it where it's like, look, I know I'm a liberal, but I'm going to join the Tea Party to trigger the libs. Why would you do that? UKIP is open to everyone of all faiths, cultures, nationalities, and skin colors. Insulting people using the N-word is a 100% diametrically opposed to that, and we condemn it utterly. As you can see, I'm copying this to various senior UKIP officials for their general information. If it turns out that Carl Benjamin is an alias for someone who is actually a UKIP member, then of course we will need looking at. But there is no Carl Benjamin on the database, not even an Inquirer, let alone a member. I hope this classified thing. Best regard, David Calapsy. Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. UKIP head official. So, again, the not racist Sargon of Akkad was too racist for UKIP. That's amazing to me. Cult of Dusty also, because people like Sargon of Akkad don't like being described as far right because it sort of makes it sound like, no, if I'm coming from a reasonable position, because they, of course, consider far right to be unreasonable, I wonder why that is. Even though he only endorses right-wing candidates, so he supported Donald Trump, he supported Theresa May, he supported Marie Le Pen, I think he supported the Five Star Movement, but I could be wrong on that. So I think Dusty, who I'm going to spotlight here for a minute, said it best. Since all of these crypto conservatives decided to change the definition of far right to mean only people who are racist, well, only people who are explicitly racist, again, Sargon is too racist for UKIP. In order to claim they are not far right, fine. From now on, I suggest we call them hard right. If they want to play word games, then game on. And, wait, what's that? Somewhere, Michael No Less is just like, oh my god, we may be winning our made-up war, guys. Yeah, remember that one? And No Less claimed the left had a war on language because they allowed gay marriage to exist. Anyway, figured it should also be noted that Ben Shapiro recently went on to PragerU because, of course, I think this is like his third time on PragerU. The first time was to just give some anecdotal stories about leftists. The second time was it started probably my new favorite meme, and it's the mean leftist media bullied poor Gerald Ford. I'm not kidding. He actually said that. And it's absolutely hilarious that he thinks that to me. I figured we're just gonna look at. I'll make you a deal. I will read this until Ben Shapiro contradicts a part of his something that he's been preaching for years now. Okay, so let's start. You probably think your opinion matters. Or your well, not really, honestly. I mean, opinions are just feelings. And you know what? Let's see what Ben Shapiro has to say about feelings. A direct quote from him. Facts don't care about your feelings. So apparently, my opinion doesn't matter, but it's a good thing that I think my opinion matters. Let's read a little bit more if you don't believe me. You probably think you're an individual with unique experiences, thoughts, and ambitions. Well, I'm not a Republican, so yeah. Well, I hate to break it to you, but according to current leftist orthodoxy, now that's one of those fancy words they like using. They can't just say like ideology. You know, it's something that most people really sort of, okay, ideology, ideas. They have to use orthodoxy to make themselves sound smarter. You're wrong. Actually, and according to your views, the views you've been pushing for years, I'm wrong. You see, your opinion only matters relative to your identity. Okay. So, wait. Ben Shapiro is right for thinking that feelings don't matter, but the left is wrong for saying feelings don't matter? What? But okay, let's spend a little bit. This will be the last thing I show you guys today. But PragerU put together a video, and they tweeted it out. It's what's behind the Democrats' immigration push, and they show Nancy Pelosi, because of course they do. 3 reasons the American left. Does anyone on the left actually consider Pelosi to be a good representative of them? Just asking. Wants more and more immigration. Let's see. And I'm playing the video as we're doing this, by the way. It's one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. 1. Immigrants give the left more political power. An estimated 70 through 80% of Latin American immigrants will vote Democrat. Whose fault do you think that is, dude? Whose fault do you think that we can't compete in elections? It's the Democrats' fault. No, it's your fault. Maybe you should try running better candidates, or candidates that are more popular. 62% of people, according to the latest poll, support Medicare for all. And you wonder, and for that matter, this isn't even true. We've had more immigration recently than we've ever had, and Republicans have a majority in all 3 branches of government. So, this is just a downright lie in some cases. 2. The left no longer believes in America as a nation state. That's a pretty loaded statement. That's why they oppose a wall at this America's southern border. Or because we recognize it be an expensive project. And I thought you guys were the ones who cared about debt and the deficit. Now, no, we can afford a giant wall. Number 3, lax immigration policy enables the left to feel good about itself. In their eyes, they are compassionate moral hero. Okay. And now you gotta prove that wrong. Now you gotta prove you can't just say, these people feel good about themselves. I'm sure you feel good about yourself. You know, I'm sure Dennis Prager, or whatever he supports, the latest Republican tax cut, in giant quotations, feels pretty good about himself. That doesn't mean he's wrong. What makes him wrong is the fact that there is no proof that Reaganomics stimulates the economy. or trickle-down theory supplies, whatever you want to call it this week. If even one of these reasons is accurate, America is headed for trouble. May I remind you, one of these reasons was literally, they vote for things we don't like. If all three are accurate, America is headed for a crisis. Well, luckily, nothing you've ever said is accurate, so that's pretty good. So you don't worry, there will be no crisis. I can promise you that now. And that is it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.